Good day, everybody. Terilee Harrison here with this edition of Let's Talk Networking. It's almost like a bonus edition today. And I say all my guests are special, and they are. But today, I'm just super delighted to have Kelly Holmes, the founder of TEAM Referral Network, with me. Kelly, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. What a wonderful surprise to be able to be here with you this week. I'm thrilled.
No, me too. Me too. So y'all may not know, this is really bad. I didn't bring like a formal intro for her. I can get one, but for some of you who don't know, some of you know that I've been with TEAM Referral Network now for like, is it like 15 years, 14 years, like some length of time. And there was a time in our lives when I lived 5 minutes from Kelly, and we did tons of driving around Southern California to networking meetings together. And I would be popping in her at the team office most days of the week, and we saw each other all the time. And now today, to see her from Singapore, where she is in Laverne, California, I have to come online to do it, but it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. So it's wonderful to have you here. And if I could just say, no, I'll do it right. Let me do it right. Hold on. Let's see. Sorry, Kelly, that was really bad.
That's all right. No worries. We can.
She doesn't have something. We're a top secret tip for everyone. One way to find ways to intro people super quick when we're doing things like this is to go to their LinkedIn profile and get their header. So this says what I probably already said, but Kelly is the CEO and founder of TEAM Referral Network, where they have face-to-face and, as most of you know, if you know me, virtual networking chapters. She is one of the premier people in the world when it comes to referral networking, and she's just passionate about helping people and connecting people. So I think that's why we get along so well in our business and in our life, is we enjoy or are passionate about some of the same things. So
indeed we are, definitely.
So Kelly, I don't know if you've seen, it's been I've posted more on Facebook this week preparing to promote the 5-day challenge I'm hosting next week than I have in months. I don't know if you've seen all that, but I've been really talking about some of the challenges that networkers face when it comes to building their business through networking. And one of the things I keep saying, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, is the fact is that no one teaches us this in school, right? Even though it's one of the most important things that business owners and humans everywhere can stand to know is networking. It's almost like, they should teach you how to balance your checkbook, do networking, and I don't know what the third one would be, right? But it's crucial. It's crucial. What thoughts do you have about the importance of knowing what we're doing when it comes to our networking?
Well, as you mentioned, networking is something that should be taught in school, and I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with that. And it's not taught. As you can imagine, I've taught my 2 daughters. You've taught your children. Your children have been at your events. It's something that's very important in terms of a life skill, But let's just take it to right where we're at right now as we emerge and start getting out into the world of more networking. Even if we're doing it virtually, it's important that we know exactly what to do in order to get the results that we want. And I love that definition of insanity when they talk about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get different results. It's just not going to happen. And so stop banging your head against the wall. Take these things that you're presenting in the challenge and be able to implement them so that you can start getting the results that you're looking for out of your networking. There really is an art and science and skill set that is required to be effective at this. It's kind of like sales too. Everybody can do sales, right, for their business, but then we know those people who are just exceptionally good at sales. And of course, they are getting the results they're looking for in sales. Your networking is the same thing. You've got to apply that same opportunity to build and grow your skill set in order to get the results that you're looking for.
It's so true. It's so true. You just reminded me, because we have taught our kids, and the funny little story, and knowing my son, Cole, you'll appreciate this. When we moved to Singapore and we went to like the initial meetings at his new international school where he was going to do high school. And Cole was good with adults, man. Cole was probably better with adults from hanging around the networking peeps than he was with young people his own age. And he walked up, I don't know if you never knew the story, he walked up to the principal and he stuck his hand out and he says, "Hi, Dean, I'm Cole. Nice to meet you." And Mr. Weiss goes, "That's Mr. Weiss to you." But Cole was just so natural with that. And that's just one little example, but it is a funny one. I was mortified, but most young people wouldn't feel that comfortable, right? Just meeting and greeting, right. Let alone, yes.
Let alone calling him by his first name.
Well, that was awesome. Yeah, I was like, oh my word. Okay, so let's chat a bit about our business commercials. I was on a call last night with some networking leaders, and we were talking about just, people show up at meetings and they're really not asking for anything, and they're not clear about what they do. And one thing we're going to do in the challenge is a couple days of the challenge is going to be establishing that blueprint for what your commercial will be, and then preparing to ask for something specific. But let's just start with, does this really matter? Does your commercial and being able to, does it really matter? I can't wait to hear this answer.
The short answer is heck yes, it matters. Okay. But it matters because most of the time you've paid for that spot, that moment that's going to be for you to share who you are, what you do, why you do it, what you need next, whatever that is for you. If you can't share that in a meaningful and understandable way, you are not going to get anything from the efforts that you put out in that commercial. And the commercial doesn't matter if it's a one-liner that you get, a 10-second commercial, a 30-second commercial, a 1-minute commercial, or you get a 10-minute in front of the audience, okay? The elements and presentation part of this is all the same. You've got to be prepared. We joke that sometimes when people stand up to give their 1-minute commercial at TEAM, I don't think people stand up virtually, but when people do, their thoughts and brain power goes and drops to their feet. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're sitting down or standing up. We know that sometimes when the spotlight comes upon you, you freeze up, okay? Preparation is the only thing that's going to be able to avoid that for you. And you want to make sure that you are being specific enough and logical enough in a way that's understandable so that your networking peeps, your referral partners, can then be armed with your information. And then when they're out there in their world the other 7 days a week, okay, when they hear of the opportunity to refer you because you have so eloquently placed it in my mind so that I know and understand specifically what you're looking for, that when that opportunity comes into my universe, bam, I can say, I have somebody who can help you with that, okay? And that's what we're wanting all to do, right? Yes. So it's important to really nail your 1-minute commercial when you're networking. Again, otherwise you're paying for something that you're not going to get any results for.
I know you do too. We sit and I take notes out. It's been a long time since I've done a face-to-face meeting. Gosh darn it. But I take notes because if we start a meeting and there's the person who starts and gives their 60-second, you go around to the end, I'll forget if I don't take notes.
Right.
But isn't it stunning how we don't let this be you to anyone watching. You can go and take notes of what they're asking for, and they'll be the people who don't ask for a thing.
Right.
And if you give us something, chances are maybe today we can help. If you give us something specific, it's something that may stay with us and we might be able to help later, right? We've seen this over and over again. Over and over. Yes. Do you have a great story you would love to share about someone with an ask? Yeah, I guess, yes.
Well, it's two things I'll share. Okay, I'll talk about a bigger ask, and then I'll talk about specifically when I was at a meeting yesterday. I had the opportunity to join one of our local chapters here in Southern California, and the real estate agent got up and did a good, better, best, which of course, Terilee, you, I think, were the one that created good, better, best.
Maybe.
Okay. And she shared what a good referral was for her, what a better referral was for her, and what the best referral right now was for her. And it turns out that the best referral for her was being connected to real estate agents domestically throughout the U.S. Okay. Better to help her with that, okay, than somebody who has TEAM Referral Network chapters that all have real estate agents in them throughout the United States. And so it was amazing just how that was an instant opportunity and instant connection. Now I'll share something with you. Earlier in the week, I was doing the networking wheel of success where we talked about commercial strategy in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking about the think big, go bigger element.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll, I'm sure, elaborate a lot more on that. But I asked in this little workshop that I was doing our life insurance person, I said, hey, Gilda, what's a big referral for you? And she said, well, I want to be connected to estate planning attorneys and probate attorneys. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good referral. Okay. But how do we supersize that? How do we make it bigger? And she was perplexed. It just so happens that in the room was a probate attorney and an estate planning attorney, and both of them were from the same firm and they were visiting that day. I said, what's the single largest legal firm that does estate planning and probate planning with a bunch of attorneys? What's the largest one in this area? And those two women raised their hands. They are actually Gilda's big referral. They have 30, I think they said it was 35 attorneys that just deal in the estate and probate planning. And that was who Gilda was looking to be connected with. And I said, what makes it big is not to be connected just to those 30 people, but what if you were able to come in and do a presentation to those 35 attorneys to show them how the vehicle of life insurance can change the outcome for almost every single one of their clients, and how you can make them look like a rock star by the services that you provide. And she was like, but that's the thing, the bigger concept that I know you'll be teaching and working on in the challenge. And so we don't go there enough, and we need to.
We don't. So I love what you said, just even describing the meeting yesterday and the realtor and the ask, and that you were sitting in the room. And same thing, they were sitting in the room. Now, with virtual networking, we might not be in the room, but we might be on screen.
Right.
But this is the thing. If you don't ask for it, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it.
Going to get it.
Yes. And so we want to be intentional with our networking. There's Kelly's mentioned it. We've talked about, there's actual strategies that you can be taught, that once you know them, you can't go back in your networking anymore. Right. You know what it is you need to do. When you plan out your commercials and when you plan out your asks, you're ready to go. I've been sharing, Kelly knows how I work, and she probably rolls her eyes for 15 years now. But for the first few years of being online, like this little cheat sheet that was over at the cute bulletin board here at my desk, it might look simple and cute and whatever, but like this is like high level asks of very important connections I've been wanting to make for years for virtual team, right? And it's these little things, whether you have it in a very fancy business plan, whether you have whatever you have, it's knowing it, having it, and asking for it that's going to make the difference in our business. And so I'm so appreciative of our time together. Kelly knew me back when I was still just understanding networking and building relationships. We met pretty early on, like into my first year of networking, and we unfortunately sometimes watch our networking friends that we know make mistakes. Now we're human and we make mistakes too, right? And we can guide as much as we can. Part of the challenge, Kelly, I don't even know if you know this part, is going to be like doing a networking reality check and really checking in with ourselves of how we show up. I think it's too easy sometimes just to say, that group doesn't work for me. And I'm not talking about TEAM Referral Network. I'm not talking about TEAM Referral Network. I'm talking about all groups ever, right? Yep. I think it's too easy to go, that group doesn't work, but we aren't taking responsibility for how we're showing up.
Yep.
So have you ever found this to be the case, do you think?
It's so funny. This week has been packed with stuff going on. And this morning, I'm speaking to one of our franchise owners. So TEAM Referral Network has franchisees, like you are a franchisee for TEAM Referral Network. So they own their team franchise in their market. And this particular franchise owner called me and said, just in case you get a phone call from somebody. Okay. And I'm like, okay.
Those are the best, right? It's like, oh no.
What does this mean? Okay. And she said, I had somebody who's not renewing their membership. And they went on to basically say that TEAM, didn't work, and they were never going to be able to recommend TEAM to anybody that they knew, and they were deeply disappointed in their membership. And that's like, that's like an arrow in my heart, okay, And she said, I wanted to let you know that I talked to him, and she said, I was very frank with him, and I put him on the spot, and I asked him if, first of all, why he felt he wasn't getting any referrals. And he's like, I don't know. They're just not referring to me. So then she went back to the basics. And these are going to be the things, I know the points that you're going to hit in your challenges. Did you plan out your 1-minute business commercial every week, getting very specific about who you were looking for, how to refer you the right business, that kind of information? Well, not exactly, was his answer. And then, did you do coaching sessions with every single member of the group? And did you do appropriate coaching sessions? And I'm going to leave that just hanging there, because if you want to know what a good coaching session, an appropriate way of doing coaching session is, you can talk to Terilee about it. And of course, no, he hadn't done coaching sessions with everybody. And then she went on to say, and let's just talk, very frankly, how much of a giver were you with referrals? How many referrals did you bring? He'd only brought 1 referral the entire year of his membership, okay? And then people wonder why networking doesn't work for them, okay?
And it's all the group's fault. And I will say too, it's been it's been a challenging year. It's been a different year. It's this 2020 in the last 12 months, last 18 months, it's just been a different year. And I was a member of an international organization, Kelly, and I didn't put into it what I could have put into it. And so as I did not continue, I never would say it was them. I knew it was me. I know the organization, this is what I'll say. Most organizations, they have great offerings. They have amazing offerings. And it's just that sometimes we don't take advantage of them. So this is part of the challenge too. And so if for people who are ready to get real, people who are ready to level up and get different results, this challenge is for you. If you are brand new to networking, you're going to come out with a foundation and be ready, feel confident and be ready to go. If you've been networking for a long time, it's okay too, because this is what I'm going to ask you, just heart to heart, business owner to business owner. And that's, are you satisfied with the referrals that you're getting right now? And if you're not, it's time, please come into the challenge. It takes about less than 30 minutes a day to complete the task. And then I will come in later in the day and answer some Q&A, and you can listen in live or on the replay, right? But this is the opportunity to stop what's happening, see what shifts you can make in your networking habits, in your networking strategies, how you're showing up, and how would it be if your networking actually really worked, and which we know it can. And if it really truly was able to help you reach those goals faster. I mean, that's what we're all after, I think. And so, Kelly, that's my ask. Anything you want to say in closing before I throw out a URL of where they can get more information?
Well, I'm just super excited for you on this challenge. First of all, I don't think we've done this before, so great job on that. What I think is fantastic is like you said, the information is from everybody from the newbie to the seasoned, okay? Because, the question is, what do we want our business to look like 3 months from now? Different than where we're at 6 months from now, a year from now? If we want it to look different, we want it to be, whatever, we're always looking to get more results. I find very few people are exactly where they want to be in life, okay? Then why not take this time to learn some new skills or sharpen the saw on some existing skills that you have in order to be able to improve upon your networking, because we know networking is the tip of building the right relationships, and building the right relationships leads you that next step to getting the right referrals. And of course, the right referrals will help you grow your business in tremendous ways. And I can't think of anybody better to be doing it. So Terilee, I'm looking forward to hearing about all the exciting stuff that happens through this challenge.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's been really fun chatting this out with you, and even hearing about your activity this week and how it all aligns, right? Isn't it just amazing? It's so amazing. So I believe that in the post that we have this live, that already has that the way to get more information and to register for the challenge, which starts Monday, the 2nd of August. It is networkingchallenge.live. That's networkingchallenge.live. I believe it's already in the post. If you have questions, feel free to comment in the comments. We'll come back and take a look and see what questions we can answer. But Kelly, always a delight to see you. And just an early happy birthday. Kelly celebrates her birthday this week.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I was thinking, yes, whenever the heck I can get there, we'll celebrate your birthday no matter when it is.
I think we got both of our birthdays to celebrate by the time we get together. So
I don't want to know how many birthdays we'll have to celebrate.
Right.
So I owe a lot of people birthday celebrations when I get back, but I know where we're going. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for your time today. And thank you to everyone who has listened in. We would be so delighted to serve you in the challenge and be able to help you get the results that you're looking for. So I'll look forward to seeing everyone a little bit later today on today's regular episode of Let's Talk Networking. As you know, my mantra for networking is let's cheer each other on and help each other grow. So let's go make it a great rest of the day and go do that. Everyone have a great day. Thanks, Kelly.
Bye.